I am now going to show you how to create a Photoshop file with the same dimensions as your HDTV After Effects composition. So in Photoshop you go to File, New, you call it Animation if you want. Here the document type you will go to Film and Video and you will choose as and the size HDTV 1080 pixels by 2997 frames. It doesn't matter as long as we have 1920 pixels for the width and 1080 for the height, we are absolutely fine. So I'm going to click OK. This is a really good way also to be aware of your safe area. So the safe area is, as it says, safe. We can freely animate all the content that is within this box here. I'm going to now import two graphics on two different layers that I will later on animate in After Effects. So I'm going to go to Open. One of them is the moon. Okay, so I will go to select all, edit copy, go back to my file and go paste. As you can see, it has added the layer here. I will now open landscape of a mountain. I'm going to go to select all, edit, copy, go back to my animation file and go to paste. And it has pasted my mountains. As you can see, the mountain layer is now covering the moon layer, so I'm just going to grab my moon layer and position it on top. I can click on Command T to resize my mountain, hold down Shift to resize in proportion, and position my moon over this side. I now have a Photoshop document with a background and two layers. I'm going to save this document as a Photoshop document. So it will be animation.psd. Go to my local scratch disk and under Sonia, save my Photoshop document. It is very important that you save it as a Photoshop document, otherwise you won't have access to the individual layers here. I go save and I go OK. I now go to After Effects. This is the composition that I created earlier. I can get rid of it now, I don't need it anymore. And I will go to File, Import, File. I will look at my Photoshop document, which is animation.psd, but I will not import it as footage, but as a composition, and I want to retain the layer sizes. I will go to Open. I will click OK. And as you can see, After Effects has automatically created a composition for me and has put the layer in a folder, so I can double click on my composition and there it is, and my layers are all there too. I can click on the eye to hide and reveal layers. The background layer, I don't really need it anymore, so I can just click on it and delete it. It's absolutely fine, I don't need it. And I can click this too. If I want to animate my moon, if I want to animate the position of my moon, I normally, to be on the safe side, lock any layer that is underneath so that I don't move them by mistake. Open up my layer, go to Transform, position my cursor at the beginning of the animation, click on the stopwatch for the position, and as you know, now After Effects will automatically create the keyframes. Then move to maybe 5 seconds, because I want the moon to travel across in 5 seconds. Take my moon, move it across, and as you can see, After Effects has automatically created a keyframe for me. Isolate my work area by dragging this in like this and press the spacebar. So it's now, as you can see, rendering, and it's now going to be playing real time. I feel like the moon is going in a straight line and This may be a little unnatural. I would like the moon to be going down, okay, to be following a curve. So what I can do, I can position the last keyframe further down, go to my pen tool, hold down, and go to my convert vertex tool. This little triangle. If I position this little triangle with one of these paths, okay, so one of these keyframes, I'm now able to hold and drag a little handle and create a nice curve. So if I was to drag it down, the curve would be going down. If I drag it up, the curve stays at the top. And now, press the space bar to preview this, so it's rendering. And now playing it real time. I may decide that the moon is traveling too quickly, because at the moment it's going from this place here to that place there in 5 seconds. I think that I want it to slow down a little bit. I want the motion to slow down. So I'm going to say travel the same distance, but do that in 10 seconds. I move my cursor all the way to the end, just grab my keyframe and position it at the end. What I'm doing, I'm telling After Effects to follow the same path, but not in 5 seconds, now in 10 seconds. So it's inevitably going to be slower. It's traveling the same distance, but in more time. I'm going to extend my work area preview to be able to preview the changes. I'm going to hit the space bar, so the computer is rendering the motion. And playing real time.